What's up, Disenchantment fans? Elfo befriends Derrick, King Zog tries to compete with Duke of Twinkletown, and Bean comes through for her brother. Bean's nightmares become her motivation, writing becomes catharctic, and Zog is a better dad, or at least he tries to be. We've got all that and so much more, plus a special segment. Stay tuned.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
I feel like you gotta dance when the music comes on, right? It's kind of necessary. What it do, boo? Hey, Disenchantment fans, I'm so glad you guys decided to show up. It's great to be here and always good to have you guys out there. This is Disenchantment on Netflix, Part 2, Episodes 7 and 8, Love's Slimy Embrace, and In Her Own Right. My name is Kitty KaBoom, and I am here to spread the disenchantment love. I absolutely love this show. I say it every week because it's so true. And we're covering 2 today, so I'm trying to squeeze everything in, and I'm hoping I'm hitting all the bases. I wish that I had more engagement so you could let me know, but that's your job to get at me. Let me know if you're watching. Let me know what you think. If you agree, you disagree. I want to hear from all of you. I promise I do. So on this episode, we're talking all things crazy with Elfo, of course, with Bean, of course, and with Luci. My overall thoughts on the show, at least with the first show, I love that Matt Groening does such a good job of like invoking these little Easter eggs, thoughts, things that you kind of have to think twice about, and that he has some real messages that resonate in today's society based on the things that are going on, right? So it's not in your face like, don't touch women inappropriately. He wouldn't, Me Too is in there. It's interwoven. So you got to like really pay attention to get the messages. And I do my best to do it because it's so well done. I feel like that's the least we can do is give him props for the little things that he invokes into the big things. So empathy and loyalty, in my opinion, we're definitely hitting home on this first episode. It's when Elfo decides to befriend Derrick that the empathy comes into place. I mean, he is an elf, right? He's playing badass and he's hanging around bad people or questionable people, but he's still an elf at heart. And I love that he always comes back to, hi, I'm Elfo. That kind of like, I don't want to say naive take because he ain't naive no more, but he's definitely elfish. And so he makes sure that he pops up every once in a while with that element of who he is. It's very refreshing. So when Derrick tries to follow the group, the clique, to the bar, of course, Beans is like, beat it, kid, kick rocks. And it turns out that the reason that she treats him this way is because she's always kind of felt some type of way, as we say, maybe a little jealousy, in fact, because as soon as he was born, the kingdom went crazy, like, oh, he's the heir to the throne, and he's going to get all of this attention, and he's going to be an amazing leader, and he got to do things and be a part of things that Bean didn't, and simply because she's a girl, and that sucks. So she's not really feeling him. Tells him to get the hell out of here, but of course he doesn't listen. He's looking all sad and blue, and I absolutely love that because Elfo witnesses this, he goes into his room and talks to him, and as weird as Derrick is, right? He still has a conversation. It's like, okay, you got friends? Really? Let's check him out. So they end up going to see this friend that Derrick discovered under the water. So when Derrick sees it, it's a baby octopus, right? With this one eye. When they go back, however, that baby done grown up. So it's a big ass octopus under the water that is literally trying to pull Derrick into it. So of course, Elfo's reacting like, I think that's an octopus and you're calling him slimy like he's your bud, but I think you should probably be a little concerned about that. So that was dope that they had that little moment and that Elfo is there to kind of try to help Derrick out because clearly Derrick ain't got it all. Poor baby. He's a little touched. And he misses his mom, rightfully so. She's just gone. That probably was his only friend. So what do you expect? So that was very interesting, and I love the kind of adventure that they go on. Got to be an adventure. It ain't disenchantment without an adventure. So they embark on an adventure, and they go down into the water and decide that they got to find this new friend, this new little, but it's far from little, this octopus that they're calling Slimy. So they go down into the water, and they try to figure that out. But as I said, Slimy's huge, and it's not such a pleasant surprise when they see that this guy, he's taken over. and doing bad stuff. So they get out of there. They're able to escape, of course. And what does Slimy do? Kind of look that big eye out there like, I'm coming for you. So I was a little surprised. I thought that the octopus was going to definitely, like Slimy was going to come for anybody that wronged Derrick because Derrick befriended him first. You know what I mean? Didn't go down that way, obviously. But I did think that was the motivation. So I liked that it was a little twist there and I didn't see it coming. I thought that was pretty dope. And in the other news, King Zog tries to compete with the Duke of Twinkletown, which is just pure comedy because they're just so ignorant. Zog is such an idiot. It's almost like he's a lovable idiot, right? But you really just look at him and shake your head like, how did you manage to get anything right? Because you're just a nut. And granted, he's a cartoon. So there's that. But I absolutely love that Zog is always in a competition with somebody, even when they're not competing with him. Twinkle Toes says he has gout, so inevitably, what? Zog has to get gout, and he mentions it to his sorcerer guy. He's like, dude, I can't do that. Like, I can't just give you gout. I tried to make you immortal. That didn't work. Clearly, he's not very good at his job. But Zog keeps him around. Go figure. But of course, Luci overhears all of this and decides, I want to get in on this one. So I love that he shows up and gives him this ridiculous diet. Come on, yo. Drinkable cheese. What could be better than that? That is pure comedy. So he's just feeding him like the most disgusting, heavy, cholesterol-ridden foods you could imagine, telling him, listen, I'm a bad guy, okay? And I try to be good sometimes, but at my core, this is what I am. This is what I do. So let me help you out. So he's helping Zog get diabetes and gout eventually, and that's the goal, right? So he just lays him in bed and just like engulfs food, like just punishes anything that Luci puts in his face. So I guess that's Luci's adventure. He's off helping Zog diminish himself and get some disease that he can't get rid of and could possibly lead to amputation and death, while Derrick is out there trying to make a new friend and Elfo is doing his best to be a supportive guy. You gotta love that. I also absolutely love the fact that Bean notices all that is going on, of course, eventually, and she's just like, you know what? We gotta do something about this. Oh, that's right, because what happens is sorry, I forgot there what propelled the whole thing. I love that they're in. That's what I'm saying. Like when they were in the castle and everybody was like was dying off basically with this mysterious, just like the insides being ripped out and all these weird questionable marks on their necks. Nobody knows what's going on, of course. But then when they do think that they figured it out, I love the warning that they share, right? Anybody be wary of people that are friends with an octopus, not the octopus itself, right? Don't worry about him. Just worry about the friends that brought the octopus in. Hilarious. So yeah, the octopus is killing people left and right. He's made his way into the castle somehow and he's taken over. And people are dying and they need answers. So here we go. Bean, Elfo, and now Derrick, of all people, are on the quest to figure this thing out. They go deep sea diving. They try to figure out what's happening. Where is this guy? Because he's still, Slimy steals Derrick out of the house, and he's the only one that doesn't get away, takes him down to the bottom of the ocean. They gotta save him. And I love Bean. Much as she talks mess about her little brother, it's still a little brother, right? So she's a loyal fan. And that goes back to what I was saying earlier about the overall thoughts and the theme of the show. Empathy and loyalty. It's so dope because it's all underneath. The hidden gems are underneath all the sarcasm, the quick whips, the comebacks, the smart ass, off the cuff kind of mayhem. Oh, and didn't you love the part when Twinkletown, whatever. He's the Duke. When he's leaving and they get into like this back and forth Dr. Seuss rhyme, him and Zog, he's like, I'll be out, no doubt, for the gout. Like, what is happening right now? That's the genius of Matt Groening, you guys. Seriously, the fact that he just injects this stuff that makes you think of other stuff, that's genius. Who would have thunk it? Like, did you just throw Dr. Seuss into this ridiculously written and project for adults? Come on, man. He's awesome. I just got to give him props every time because he deserves it. So yeah, the empathy, the loyalty, and of course, at the very end of the adventure, who wins? Bean, because that's her job. That's what she here for, baby. So she pulls her brother out by literally like out of this octopus's hand by the what am I trying to, like, the skin of her teeth. That's the phrase. There was no teeth involved or skin, but you know how it goes. She pulled him out. Elfo was able to escape. She got out of there at the last minute. They left that old slimy down there to do his own thing. And then they walked off into the sunset. And she was so grateful to have her brother back. Because as much as she talks mess, and I guess I'm an only child, but, siblings fight, I hear. It was nice to see that she had his back. Because that's what it's about, baby. Loyalty. To a fault. So I absolutely love that show. The second show, that would be episode 8, part 2, was called In Her Own Right. And I thought this was another genius move on Matt Groening's part, because in this episode, he explores a little bit of sexism, he explores a little bit of exclusion, and dare I say, toxic male energy. I mean, it wasn't like, again, these are subtle messages. So there's never going to be I don't think that he's ever going to have something that's just like in your face, overblown, like this is what it is, men yelling at women and calling them less than, like it would never be that obvious, And so he weaves this one with a little bit of in your face sexism for Bean, which I love. He does it every episode. Like if they say, all men aboard, she's like, and women, so she's always kind of making sure that she injects that part into it, which is awesome. But this one was more, not prevalent. It was, you noticed it more. It was definitely there for the message. Like it hung around. So you knew he was trying to tell us something. The episode starts, I love it, when Bean dreams about her mom. She's still having really bad dreams, nightmares about her mom. And she goes in to talk to her dad. She's like, what are you doing up? But of course, he's trying to get gout. So he's up eating. And they have a deep conversation about what that means and the implications of his mom showing up in her dreams. And Zog basically says, yeah, that's how it goes. Like, I'm privy to these dreams. I know how they go down. I've been to about it. Then he falls off, and Lucy's like, I got to figure this. I'm sorry. Bean has like, I got to figure this out. So she goes for a walk. Again, with the Easter eggs, when she was walking through town, and even the comments, she gets to Lucy's Inferno's like, closed? What do you mean? I need to drown my sorrows or something of that caliber. I don't remember exactly what she said, but it was something like that. And when she was passing the different businesses, oh my God, so rich. 3 of the businesses that I saw that really made me laugh out loud, literally. One was Poem Depot, because what the hell does that even mean? Like Home Depot, but not? You write poems? Who comes up with this? What does that mean? And then, of course, The Jittery. And you'll see that later because this appears to be Bean's new home. She's maybe ditched beer for coffee because it's a new drink. She's not hip to it, and it makes her really crazy, and she likes to talk really fast, and she's on a mission when she drinks her jittery. So, yeah, coffee's her thing. But then the best sign that I saw by far was the Dreamland Ditchweed Dispensary. That is pure rock star. They got a dispensary in Dreamland. Come on, yeah. That is priceless. I just love that Matt does that. You know what I mean? He invokes this stuff. This is obviously a time when none of these things existed. So to have like a little baby marriage of here and now and back then, it just makes me smile because it means it's relevant, but not like it's a slice of it. It's an aspect of it. It's a specific, not a genre. What's the word? It's a element of what we all know and love, but in a different time. So it's looked at differently. It's like, what would they think? Like if we were back there and we were actually a part of this situation and coffee came into existence when we had no knowledge of coffee the day before, what would we think? Would we drink 20 cups at a time? Would this be like the best bitter thing we've ever had? Would we reject it? How did we make it? Where the hell we get coffee beans from anyway? Who knows? Because no one knows where Dreamland is. So that might have something to do with it as well. I just love that. I love his marriage and his ability to like stick things in and pull things out and make you aware, but not like, you got to think about this stuff, baby. So with that being said, Bean shows up at Jittery. She drinks all this coffee. She has this kind of epiphany talking to one of the young ladies, the servers, about what she's going to do, about her life. Like, what are you doing? Like, what's happening right now? So your mother shows up in your dreams. How are you going to combat this? How are you going to, like, get around this situation? She's like, I don't know. Like, what do I like? What do I want to do? And the lady said, do you got hands? Do you got a pen? Work it out, boo. Be a writer. Never thought of that. My God. I'm about to make it happen. She goes home, and of course, Lucy enlists himself into the mix. He's like, are you kidding me? Demon writers, that's a thing. That's a real thing. And I should know because I'm a demon and I harass writers. I plague them. And I love it. He just goes down the list of how these writers, famous and otherwise, have all been subjected to and fallen prey to these horrible events. Suicide, alcoholism, drug use, bitter divorces, just all kinds of negative, just a slew of things that it's kind of on point. You know, writers get writer's block, they get isolated, they get depressed. It's not a very celebratory job, maybe in today's society, but it hasn't always been that way. So I love the fact that they're just like, you know, this could really suck. Or it could be amazing. What are you going to do? So, of course, Bean starts writing. And without question, Luci is there to criticize. But he wouldn't be doing his job if he didn't. So Bean is able to write these stories. At first, she's getting really frustrated. She can't get it together. And then she's on a roll, right? Just stream of consciousness for that ass. And she's writing these great stories. And eventually, Luci suggests she writes like a finishing story. Like, don't just do, you know what I mean, a whole bunch of stream of consciousness where you're just writing about your thoughts, which is dope. But like, create a story, you know what I mean? Make it like a middle, a beginning, and an end. Let's see where this thing goes. So she writes about her own life. Obviously, this is like blood, sweat, and tears of her own experiences. Then she's told that she can actually put this play on. She's like, what? I can make this happen? I wrote this. I did this. I did that. So now she's owning it, right? Takes her ass down to town. She's like, I got this. Knocks on the door. And what does the man say? Nah, you can't come in here. She's like, cause this? Nah. Cause that? Nah. Well, why I can't come in here? Slams the door in her face. Finds out later on it's because, what? She's a woman. Never would have thunk it. Of course, she's a woman, so she can't put on the play. Not only can she not put on the play, she can't be in the play. She can't come see the play. She can't do nothing about that damn play. And who overhears and decides that they want to inject themselves into the storyline? The pig. You gotta love it. Is the pig ever going to be taken, like, cursed back, like a reversal with the curse so that he becomes a human again? Obviously, he's hella funny as a pig, so it's probably more impactful that he stay a pig. But I'm just curious, like, it'd be nice to see. No, you know, it'd be dope if they made him into the human again, and then by some circumstance he's like so excited, like jumping around. Oh my God, I'm a man, I'm a beautiful man, because he was kind of pretty back in the day, right? He was like a gorgeous guy, and then all of a sudden, without warning, he like trips over a rock or something and becomes a pig again. I crack myself up. I'm just saying. It would be funny. You don't think it'd be funny? I think it'd be funny. Anywho, the point is that the pig shows up. And the pig's like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do you a solid. I'm going to go ahead and take this to the playhouse. I'm going to present it as my own, and I'm going to get your play done. Because if that's what you really want, to just have this play be seen and heard by the masses, I can do that for you. I got you, boo. But if you're concerned with like making a name for yourself and making it about you and the fact that you're a woman, it ain't looking good. So Luci's like, damn it, why I keep calling Luci? Bean is like, you know what? It's more important that the story get heard than it is for me to be represented as a woman. Which, I guess now it's time you just kind of suck it up, huh? Because what are you going to do? Like storm the house and be a man? I guess she could have done that. But the point is that she didn't. She let Pig rock, and then Pig goes in, and the glory and the thunder and the whatever could be associated with good stuff with the play with him is snatched. The goddamn playwright or the guy that runs the playhouse, he's like, you got a problem with it? My name is now on this. I wrote this. I directed this. I made this happen. I put it together. And I'll make your ass into a ham quick. So get it together. What you going to do? What you going to do? You with me or you against me? It's only one way to go. So, of course, Pig is just like, whatevs. And he does it. And then the Zog gets talked into actually going to this play because, of course, his right-hand man overhears and sees, goes back and reports and says, you know, I don't think this could be good for the kingdom. I don't know if you heard about it, but it's a play about your life. You might want to check it out. And I'm just saying, it could get ugly. King Zog goes, he sees the play, and of course everything's lost on him. He's halfway through the performance before he realizes the pig is supposed to be representative of him. Like, what? He's such a dork. You gotta love it. So he sees the play, gets mad. He's like, off with their heads. This is bull. You know, they're making fun of me. How dare they? I'm a good person. I do good things. And they're making me seem like an awful person. But of course, this is from the eyes of Beans. She wrote this thing. She designed the set. She made it all come to life. So in her mind, she's just speaking her truth. And unfortunately, sexism doesn't allow her to get out there and speak from her literal own mouth and speak on her her own voice. The play has been changed. It's been modified to fit some kind of hierarchy that obviously includes men, that has them at the top of this whole situation. And it's just really dope to see Matt not making light of it, shining light on it and exposing what happens all the freaking time. I don't know if y'all heard, but Mindy Kaling just recently was quoted as saying that NBC tried to erase her from producer credits and writer credits on The Office. I'm sorry. Where'd they do that at? Like, those are the kinds of things that we literally have. How dare you? I wrote this. I created this. This is a part of me, and it did well. And I should be not only compensated, but acknowledged for it. So, big ups to Matt again for making sure that he stuck that in there. And exclusion or inclusion is so much a part of that same kind of mindset, right? We're excluding people because they're different or they don't look like us, or we think they're less than, or whatever the ridiculousness that we come up with in this world to decide who gets to sit at the table. Ugh. Anywho, back to the story at hand. My bad, I digressed. Zog comes out of the playhouse. He's pissed, off with their heads. He don't even want to see no more. And he walks past the jittery. And who's up on stage? None other than his baby girl, Bean. She's telling a story. Basically, it really reminded me of, it was very Bernie Sanders-ish, right? It was very like power to the people. We should not be excluding people or including people based on anything other than their merits, their talents, their skills, what they brought to the table. Not the fact that they're a man or a woman, not the fact that they're a pig or a cow. Then she said something about squirrels and elves fighting. The squirrels always win, but you still bet on the squirrels. Like, it's messed up. It's kind of messed up. So she has a moment. Everybody's snapping for her. Everybody's feeling the burn. And they're all for the Bean speech. Well, Zog hears it, comes in, surprisingly. And when Bean finishes her very moving and eloquent speech, her daddy is there to clap her up. I thought that was so vicious. Like, yes, Dad, come through. Because that's what it's supposed to be about. And most of the time, Zog is trying to either kill Bean or punish her or banish her. So it was nice to see that despite the fact that they had their fight at the beginning of this episode, which is kind of inevitable, they still were able to hold hands and walk up that damn hill, which is a ridiculous high all the way uphill, as Bean points out. Like, do we have to walk? I mean, literally, like, it's a hill. We're walking up the whole way. Now, I can't even imagine being super drunk every night and just trying to climb a hill. Again, I digress. I'm sorry. Just a thought. I do love Zog. I love the fact that he shows up for his daughter, even in the most weird scenarios. Like, you didn't see that coming at all. And here he is making it happen. The other thing that I thought was pretty dope about the situation is that Zog sees this as treason. People are actually pointing out to him that you might want to implement some change. You might want to consider some different things, exclusion and sexism being something you might want to look at as possible bad things and right those wrongs. And he's like, yeah, no, I'm Zog. I know what I know, and that's all I know, and I don't care. So I thought it was kind of dope that despite the fact that his daughter is obviously coming into her own and blossoming and seeing life without the goggles of Dreamland only, you know what I mean? She's kind of getting woke. It's a beautiful thing. Bean is getting woke, baby. It can't be nothing better than that, you know? Oh, how about that line, though? This has got to be my favorite. Oh, what did I do? Pig gets kicked out of the window. Okay, wait. I gotta say this, and I gotta find it, and now I don't see it. Oh, I'm so mad. There's a line where he says, in the first show, where they go down to try to find Derrick, and when they're down there, they find him, and he's blue, obviously. He's always been blue. But Bean says, oh my gosh, I think he's dead. We can't get to him because he's turning blue. And Elfo's like, I think he's always been blue. If anything, he's less blue now. And then Bean says, well, what do you think? Like, is he going to be okay? Elfo's like, how would I know? I'm green. Do you see all people of color the same? I live! Are you kidding me? This is what I'm talking about. I love that Matt makes sure that he interjects these kinds of things in. What a glorious statement. Do you know how many years we've said that? Like, oh yeah, all black people look alike. We can't really claim that no more because most white folks don't say that. So it's a good thing most white folks don't believe that or act as if we look alike. So that, I guess we've come far. Thank you, Obama. We appreciate you. We really do. And I absolutely love that line. It's just a wake-up call. Well, he's blue. I'm green. That we're supposed to be alike and think alike because we're people of color. Come on, dude. Grow up. You're fighting for sexism, yet you think that all people of color are in the same bag. It's just not right. It's almost hypocritical. Check yourself and get woke. So Bean gets woke. And I love, love, love that she and her dad are able to make friends and be lovely to each other and ride off into the sunset. So 2 adventures, of course, always take place at some point. Special segment. Let's get into it. Let's just move right into it. No segue, no nothing. My bad. This is a segment that I do for the viewers. I hope you guys are watching. I hope you can decipher who I'm supposed to be. I do an impersonation of one line of one character in the show. This one is from the first show. I'll give you that hint. And I really would love it so much if you would IG, if you would tweet, if you would send us an email, whatever works for you, to guess at who this is, because the person that guesses correctly the most times will show up with me at AfterBuzz, and we can have a talk about Disenchantment, baby. It don't get no better than that. Come on, this is a dope prize. I look forward to this. Okay, y'all ready? All right, ready? Don't fault me. I mean, it's not gonna. I'm doing my best. That's all I'm gonna say. Arr, welcome aboard. Since this is a rescue mission, I'll only charge you half price. But I warn ye, there may be hidden surcharges you can hardly imagine. Arr. What do you think? Who is it? Who am I? Did you watch the show? Do you have any idea where I'm coming from right now? I hope you get it. It's pretty funny. I appreciate you. That's all the time we have. I sincerely hope to see you next week. My name, as I've shared, is Kitty KaBoom. You can find me on IG at KITTIEKABOOM, on Twitter at Kitty Meow, and on Facebook at Kitty Kali. Thanks so much for tuning in, Disenchantment fans. I'll see you next week.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.